island is here. Still spinning. Still spinning. Still spinning. Still spinning.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Still Spinning Podcast. You found us. You've made it. We are so thrilled you're here. It is episode 141. My name is Nicole. His name is Dan. And we both wore red today. It's group mind, everybody. Group mind.
We didn't even coordinate that.
We didn't. We never do. I'm just going to tell you right now. There's never a lot of coordination with the ensembles for us.
Yeah.
But if you are new to the podcast or if you are returning to us and have had some time off and missed some episodes, don't you worry. We got you covered. You can access everything we've done to this date on our website, stillspinningpodcast.com. And please do make sure that you like and subscribe because that way it will come directly to your inbox or wherever you watch or listen to your podcasts. Some people just listen to us. I don't know why they would miss out on all this gorgeousness, but some people just do. And we do release these every Wednesday, with the occasional
Hey, it's
exception.
been pretty good 5 o'clock in the morning for like the last few Wednesdays. So
yeah, Dan's been doing pretty steady work there. Pretty steady work. So we're very excited you're here.
You watching the whole Artemis thing? You kind of getting into that?
I meant to text you the other day on one of our subscriptions. There's a live feed.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Is it Netflix?
Yeah.
I think it might be. There might be one on Peacock or Paramount too.
Well, there's actually, you can go on YouTube and just watch so NASA has its live feed, but you can also go right to the, it's a website called Arrow, which is NASA's Artemis remote observation, blah, blah, blah. But they, you can't, that one doesn't really have live video, but that one's showing you exactly where Artemis is. And you can it's like a simulation and you can kind of rove around it to see where it is. But NASA is running like live. I was watching it today. So again, for those of you who just listen to our podcast on Wednesdays, this is already all in the past. But today, this afternoon, I was watching them and I was watching them cross the line where they now became the furthest people from Earth ever.
That's cool. Right. Because they're going to see the other side of the moon, which no one's ever done before.
Well, no,
correct?
we've gone around. Apollo went around the moon.
Oh, I read somewhere that they were going to see a side of the moon that
they were going to see the side that we don't normally get to see on Earth.
Maybe that's what it was.
All the Apollo missions, they went around the moon, but this one is not. This one, since they're not landing on the moon, they don't have to get super close to the moon, and so their orbit, they're gonna hit the moon, and they're gonna whip a shitty, and they're gonna let the moon just kind of fling them back, and so they're very far out, and they're out the furthest out that anybody's ever.
My brain cannot comprehend the whole fling them back thing. I think I've seen it in a few different science fiction movies. I'm like, don't understand. Science, math, not my things.
I know.
I feel like that's both of those.
I feel like we can't and honestly, that's what it's doing. That's it. The moon is flinging it back towards us. And now they will fire some rockets once they're headed in the right direction. And then, they did that. So they went around Earth one time, and then they let Earth's gravity whip them around, and then they fired the rockets, and that's what flung them at the moon. But it's just been them it's just happening. Like they're just going, and now they're in the Earth's or the moon's sphere of influence, where the moon starts taking sort of control of the ship, and starts putting gravitational pulls on the ship, and so now they're going to fling around it. I think they might be, as we speak, they might be in the and there's 40 minutes. Here's the other thing: there's a 40-minute period where they can't talk to anybody on Earth. There's nobody.
I do not have the guts to do that. I just don't. Just hearing about it, my anxiety is flaring, like my heart's racing a little and my stomach hurts. Absolutely not. Kudos to them. I'm glad there's somebody out there.
The toilet's not working.
What do you mean the toilet's not working?
The immediately upon launch, and I was listening to it, and I was joking with somebody, and I'm like, wow, they're not going to get that fixed. Oh yeah, they'll fix that right away. Immediately, the toilet, the first thing they did when they got up there and started, it was before they even left Earth's orbit. They realized, our toilet, they have a checklist, and they're going down, turning everything on. They're like, oh, toilet's not working.
Shitter's full.
Yeah, shitter's full. Yeah, right. Shitter's full. Yeah. So Cousin Eddie, they're taking Cousin Eddie along with on the.
What are they gonna do?
Well, they have backups. They have like
jars.
personal. Well, basically, they're a little more chemical than that, but yeah, basically.
Gross.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is they're all right there together. They're not in a very large space.
I believe I read somewhere it's the size of a camper van. Exactly. Essentially.
I heard like the inside space of like 2 vans.
Yeah, vans, not RVs or campers, but like a camper van, which is just a van that's been hollowed out.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Again, I have zero desire to do any of those things, but kudos to them. I hope they're having a great time. I would be crapping my pants. Well, probably
I hope not.
Out of necessity.
Yeah.
But also because of nerves, because that's just terrifying.
All right. Let's do a good. It's been a while, I feel, since we've talked about Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, we have not.
Spirit is like the Walmart of the skies.
Are they still around?
Yeah,
Wait,
they are.
Is Spirit or Frontier the Walmart?
Well, they're competing. They fight for the bottom. You know, it's a race to the bottom between those two.
Okay.
Spirit Airlines, of course, the airline that will charge you if you breathe like slightly heavier than normal. They're in their second bankruptcy right now in 2 years.
Go figure.
Although they're onto something with this. I don't know if this is the big idea to turn things around or what, but you know, when a passenger, we talked about this before, how passengers are like just rude and they like will play music without, headsets on, or they will take their feet off, or they will just do something
take their feet off.
I'm sorry, take their shoes off and have their feet hanging out. Well, some people can take their feet off,
Sure.
Diabetes is a bitch. Some people are going to take their feet right off from the plane. What they're doing now is they're giving their flight attendants, and remember what Spirit's main color is, right? Yellow.
Yeah.
They're giving flight attendants yellow cards like soccer referees.
Wait, are they giving them to the passengers?
Yes, and they're giving their gate agents and their flight attendants the yellow cards. So when a passenger is doing something that they shouldn't be doing, they go. Now, I don't know if they're going to go all soccer and like jam it right in their face and show them, or whatever. But yeah, so you get 2 yellow cards, you're getting a red card, and a red card could mean you're getting taken off the airplane. But 2 yellow cards get you a red card. And if you do this at the gate before you even board, you're automatically bumped. If you get a yellow card, you're automatically bumped to Group Z.
They have Group Z?
Yeah, which, to be clear, boards after all the passengers,
the non-revs,
and the cargo.
Oh God!
So they're making sure the weight on these airplanes, because if they have the cargo, you may not get on the plane, right? Because they're not going to wait. They're not going to pull back on the weight of the cargo for you,
right? Because they're making more money off that.
You are literally less important to Spirit Airlines than like a pallet of Amazon boxes.
Wow.
If you get the yellow
card. It's a great idea. And I think it takes a little bit of the, I don't know, anxiety out maybe for the flight crew.
But like,
it's very clear.
I was reading about this online and people were saying, well, what's going to get you the yellow card if you ask for the full can for your drink? And I'm like, no, don't. Just stop.
It's breaking
a
rule.
You all know what's going to get you the yellow card. Just stop.
Yeah. Man, am I sick of people online. God.
I know. It's just, yeah. No, how about, you take your shoes off and you put your feet out in the aisle. You're getting a yellow card. Just all that stuff that annoys you that when other people do it, that's going to get somebody a yellow card.
If I were a millionaire, I would buy a yellow card and I would just be like giving it to everybody.
It'd also be funny, like if they really took this whole soccer thing further, be like, look, too many people on this plane have gotten yellow cards. We're adding penalty time to this.
Ooh.
We're going to fly for an extra 30 minutes.
If somebody crosses a line they're not supposed to cross, you're off sides.
Yes. 30 extra minutes right at the end. We're about to land. Nope.
And
Take
here
it
we
off.
go around again.
30 more minutes, everyone. That's your penalty time.
I like it. Unbeknownst to us, we've sort of developed a sport theme here because I have a very interesting story out of Japan. It is a new sport, and it is called office chair racing. But they do it on the street. And like everything done in Japan, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
It looks really, really cool. So the horn sounds off. They use every leg muscle in their legs, kicking ground to propel themselves backwards. You have to go backwards. You're not going forward.
Well, of course you're going to go backward. Why would you go forward? You're not going to.
Well, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, you'll definitely go backwards.
Go a lot faster backwards.
Yeah. So this is an office chair race. It's a growing sport in Japan where there are teams of 3 people. They compete to finish as many laps around a circuit as possible in 2 hours. So they cover upwards of 20 kilometers as they go. How far is that? I don't know. I don't do, again, math.
14 miles, 13 miles.
Yeah. So it first started out
Hey, Alexa, 20 kilometers is how many miles? Pardon me.
20 kilometers equals about 12.43 miles.
12.43 miles.
12.43 miles.
Yeah.
So they founded the inaugural race in a city in Kyoto in 2010. Inspired by a childhood teacher who got scolded this guy once for playing with the office chair. Since then, it's gone nationwide. Every year, they have a massive competition that takes place in 10 cities, including Tokyo, Kyoto, and Shizuoka. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. And major corporations like Toyota are actually sponsoring these. They said the biggest appeal is anybody can participate. You don't have to have any specific training.
Well,
do you want to know what you win?
First of all, I don't think anybody can participate. I think you're going to have to. I mean, you know.
Well, I'm just saying, there's obviously not everyone, but it is open to everyone. And if you feel this is a skill set you have.
Okay.
Now, I almost hate to tell you what you could win.
Because it sounds like you should be winning $1 million yen.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that is.
First prize is 90 kilograms or 200 pounds of rice.
Okay.
Now, it was selected.
Is it gold level rice? What
I
is
don't know. He said it was selected for its ubiquity across Japan and the ease of sharing. But there are some regional variations. In Tokyo, for example, the first prize is 11 pounds of tuna.
Yeah, you'd have to share that or freeze it. You'd have to have a deep freezer. I don't think a lot of people have deep freezer in Japan.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So, this guy that started, he said, a common workout for me now is doing 40 or 50 runs of 200 meters using a gym chair. So they're really using it. The training videos are amazing. They're being careful though. Racers must wear a helmet, elbow pads, knee pads, and gloves. They're also required to only use non-customized commercially available chairs.
Non-customized. So you can't
Right. You can't soup up your office chair. And they did say that sometimes the weaker models crack. Because they're not used to this,
yeah,
right?
Well,
this is not what they're made for.
Sure.
Yeah. They said the winning teams usually cover 12 to 15 miles, which means each member does about 5 miles. That's a lot of time. I can't
pushing
imagine
backwards
how much
in
your
a chair
legs would hurt.
Yeah. I just love Japan.
Yeah. They do such
They
cool
take
stuff.
all that little because you've had office chair races, right? You've had that at.
I've definitely done some office Olympics that has a chair race.
We used to do any office space that has a square. We used to do office chair races all the time. In fact, we had Evil Knievel's kid, Robbie Knievel. We had him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had him doing office chair races, and then also we went outside and this was bad. We went outside and had him do because he likes riding bikes, so we did trike. Big wheel races. Yeah. Except we souped his up and put Roman candles on the back. So when he's driving, they would shoot out, and he wore a longer shirt than we had planned on. And so, yeah, we almost burned Robbie Knievel.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But we caught it. It was good. We had fire extinguishers there. We didn't have to use the fire extinguisher. We just tapped it out, but
yeah.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh. They actually have taken
what a way to
what a way to go.
He's like, I'll jump over the canyon. I'll fall from space. I'll do and then these 2 radio dorks in Madison
light him on fire.
The Roman candle.
Jeez. Apparently they've taken some things from Formula 1 racing. So the car races are known as the Grand Prix, much like Formula 1. They have a pit. So the racers have to go to the pit whenever they're doing their player changes.
Okay. Which
I think is hilarious. And like F1, the vehicle matters. This personal racer prefers a lighter chair with a small backrest.
Yeah.
So, they talk about all the different things. Like Ferrari, The color's got to be red.
Yeah.
So it's just I think it's very funny, but like you said, Japan is amazing.
They
and
just
awesome.
take our little stuff that we take for granted and then blow it up and turn it into something amazing.
Some sort of cool cultural phenomenon. So the next time you're in Japan, maybe you can participate in a office chair race.
All right. Well, ladies, listen up. If you want to be certain of the father of your child, 100% certain of who the father is of your child, do not have relations with identical twins within a 3 or 4 day period of time.
Oh.
You want to talk about that to begin with?
First off, did this person know they were having sex with the other twin?
That's what I can't tell. Like,
right?
Was the one guy just like, hey, send him over and I don't want to deal with her today. You go deal with her. Something, was it like that? Right? Was it something like that?
Or they were playing like, oh, you're being a stranger tonight. Like, this is a thing. Like, let's do it.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know you.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the other guy's just sitting at home. He's like, wonder where Tony is. He's not here. Yeah.
Where'd my wife go? I haven't seen her in a while either.
Anyway, so a woman had relations with a identical twins. She got pregnant. She tried to do a paternity test to find out who was the dad. The answer came back as we have no idea because there's no way. And a lot of people don't know this. Identical twins share essentially the same DNA. The science can't tell them apart.
Really?
Yeah. So this happens in, there's now it's hard to, I don't know that it's ever successfully worked, but it's been brought up in criminal trials before where they're like, no, it could be I have a twin brother. You can't prove it's me. Like, well, yeah, but your twin brother lives in Ohio and this was in Utah and you live in Utah and
you were standing over the body with a knife.
Yeah, right. Although if you're the twin brother, you want to get at your other brother, yeah. Anyway.
I didn't really, I realized that they were very close in DNA, but I didn't realize it was exactly the same to a paternity test point.
Well, and then so what do you do? Right? Like,
I have no idea.
It doesn't sound like they're together, right? It sounds like mom is doing this paternity test because somebody's going to owe some child support.
Sure. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And it's not like you can tell when they come out who it looks like because they're identical twins. Right. Well, she has really got herself into a conundrum.
Yes, she has. So now but what do you do? Like if you're the court, like how do you award paternity?
I have no idea.
You can't. Like you literally, I guess this is a PSA to, maybe to ladies. I mean, really, let's all take a step back and say we shouldn't be doing this before we're married anyway. All right, let's just. Okay.
All right, calm down. It's 2026.
That's the rule.
Dan.
Well, you know what? They wouldn't be having this problem.
Well, you don't know that one of them wasn't married. You don't know.
They were not married. They're not.
Okay.
So, because this is about paternity and child and what do they call it? The child welfare, the money and all the child support. That's the word I'm thinking of. I couldn't.
You're doing great.
Just wonderful over here. But I mean, this is a serious legal issue here. Like, how you can't just tell them both they have to pay, right? Can you?
I don't know. She might be able to. She might have a case that because the probability is so high, or because they can't figure it out, like maybe they got to split it 50-50.
Yeah, but
also,
if it's not you,
this poor kid.
Well, yeah.
How
who's
do
your
you
daddy?
explain to your exactly? How do you explain to your kid who's my dad? Well, and it's not just your normal story of it could be guy A or B. It could be guy A or B, and we can't tell. Like there is literally no medical test that will for sure say who your father is.
Yep.
That's messed up.
Yep. But that's the way it is with identical twins. This isn't that rare. I mean, this is a rare case as I don't know. I slept with each of them within 3 days and now I don't know who the father is. That's pretty rare. Mm-hmm. But identical twins, they know they have the same DNA. So
I had no idea. This is it's kind of similar. My dad's brother and my dad's sister are both married to siblings. So my aunt and uncle by blood are married to siblings. So all of their kids have the same grandparents on both sides. So they're double cousins. Isn't that fascinating?
Not a very deep bench there in the town
you
grew up in?
Well, the thing is they met each other years apart. Well, not met each other, but like got together years apart. So it wasn't even like in high school they all met and they started dating and got married. It was my dad's brother was married to my aunt. for years, and then a few years later, his sister started. You know what I mean?
I would just not do that because of that.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. You never had to fight over which grandparents you're going to. You got to spend all your holidays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You always got to see your cousins. I think you grow up in a very different way because you're so close. Literally,
Fair.
you see each other all the time. And for a while, when they were younger, especially, they looked a lot alike. Some of the cousins looked more like sisters because.
Well, yeah, that's just too close to the
That's
edge.
a lot of genetics. It's not quite the same as exactly the same DNA, but it is a lot of genetics that play into each other. I mean, if you ever need a transplant, no, Paul,
Yes.
no.
Paul said
It's a joke.
Okay.
Do not ask.
Did he get a haircut first?
It had to do with fingernail polish.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let's not draw attention to that.
I know.
There it is. Now you remember the joke. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I shouldn't have pulled that up.
No, you should not have. You should not have. So anyway, I just think it's.
That's right.
You got a large pool if you ever need a kidney or something. Or
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know how much that actually factors into that kind of stuff.
Or a date, it sounds like.
Oh God, no. They're not incestuous.
I mean, I don't think.
No.
That's a pretty fine line, though, right? I mean, like, because now.
I don't think so. They all met as adults.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as the cousins go, like the young kids.
Yeah. Well, they're adults now because we're
Okay.
all old.
All right.
None of them got together.
Okay. All right.
My other side of the family, we'll talk.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we've all got that side.
Yeah,
so,
I'm just saying. Don't we all? But it is not on the Devon side. The Devon side's clear.
All right. Is it my turn?
It is.
Okay. No.
No, wait, that was you.
That was me. Now it's
All
your
right.
turn.
I talked about a sport I thought was pretty cool, and now I'm going to talk about one that I think is really stupid. All right, gird your loins, everybody. It is, and I quote, the most stupid and dangerous sport ever. It's called Run It, and it is essentially a one-on-one human collision. So, this, I believe, started in Australia. Yes, it did.
Of course it did. Australians have the best sport.
It's an Australian-funded competition league. It's got a name, which is called Run It. It's got a rule book. In 12 months, it has evolved from park trails in Melbourne into a world tour of arena events with formal officiating, 6 weight divisions, and prize money that reaches $200,000. Here's how the sport works. 2 burly men, at this point, it is just open to the males. 2 burly men stand at the opposite ends of a narrow lane. One has a rugby ball. The other is in like a readied, crouched position. They say runner ready, defender ready. A countdown begins. Then they yell, run it. Both athletes run at each other until they collide at full speed. Sometimes they bounce off each other and regain their footing. Other times one goes straight through the hit or they both crash to the ground. Sometimes people in the medical world have to be called in. So they got it out of the ideas from the one-on-one tackle game, which originated in the backyards of Australia and New Zealand, which was called Run It Straight.
Okay. Well, don't we have that? Like, it's kind of like it's a little bit of like Red Rover, right? Like a tad bit.
I mean, I guess, but I think the point is you have to collide with each other. Red Rover is like you're trying to go through the hands, and if you can, keep the hands tight. I feel like that's a much safer version. Like if you saw the pictures of these people playing it.
Yeah. That was still pretty crazy, the Red Rover thing, because people were breaking their fingers and arms and stuff.
Did you play Red Rover?
Yeah.
Yeah, us too. I don't think they play it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah, they definitely don't play that anymore. They quit doing that.
Yeah.
Australia, though, again, just like Japan, Australia just takes a sport. They're like, oh, I like rugby. I can't even I'm not even going to try the Australian accent. I like rugby.
Yeah.
Good day, mate. You like
rugby?
No,
that's not it.
British.
Yeah.
Anyway, forget it. Let's not do it. But it's like,
Okay.
oh, I like soccer. You like rugby? Yeah. Well, let's make a sport out of it. Let's put soccer. Let's call it, and it's Australian rules football. And so now they're not even taking the football. All there is here, just hold the football. There's no reason somebody has to hold the football. They're just like, well, it's kind of like Australia. Oh, here, hold this football and run into this other guy.
Yeah. Well, it's a rugby ball, but yes.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a simple setup. There's one runner, one tackler.
Sounds like it.
And the lane is 20 by 4. One athlete carries the ball, runs directly at the defender who sprints from the opposite end. They cannot sidestep or dodge. You have to hit each other. Then after each round, they switch roles, and then the judges decide who came out on top. And they're evaluated on things like who controlled the contact, who maintained forward momentum, and who absorbed or delivered the hit more effectively. Like, there are some things I don't need to be good at in life.
It's like
And
the
taking a
judges.
hit is one of them.
Yep.
So
Judges like like it's like figure skating. They're judging on.
they're like
who-
holding up the signs.
Yeah, who took that
5
hit
point.
better?
Yeah. So anyway, that's what's happening in Australia.
Crikey.
So, yes, that's not a knife. That's a knife.
I got a
No, it's not sumo because it's just a straight line. Sumo, I think, has a lot more rules to it.
I got a knife.
Why would you just pull a knife out during our show, Dan? Is it a switch? Oh my God. Why do you have a switchblade in your pocket in Waukesha?
So it's not in my pocket. It's on my belt.
Dude,
So
that's not better.
I was at a function a few weeks ago,
I bet.
and one of the people at the function, something came up, and they said we needed a knife, and but most people would have like a pocket knife on their belt and that kind of thing, and so he pulls this thing out and he's like, here you go, and I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, who's that? Like, is that for when you're rolling dice in the alley? Like, what?
Right, I didn't know switchblades were still a thing.
I'm like, what are you talking about? What is that for? And he's like, no, it's just like my pocket knife. And then as I'm sitting here freaking out, there's another guy there who goes, yeah, I got pretty much the same thing. And he pulls it. I'm like, why do all you people have these? Like, why is this a thing? And then so one of them bought me one and just gave it to me. Yeah. And so now I have on my.
Well, that's nice. I thought you were going to say you got home and ordered one.
I was literally going to
would've.
ask him the next time I saw him, where did you get that? Because that you can't order on Amazon.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I don't think they sell weaponry. Well, they probably do. We just don't know what it's called.
Yeah, good point, James.
It's not
sumo?
like sumo at all. Because there's sumo's very different.
Yeah. Okay. Do I got time to do one more? Yeah.
Oh,
We
who's
got
gonna
all the
stop
time.
us?
Yeah. What are you gonna? Yeah. Nobody's gonna stop me. I'm armed.
Jesus.
By the way, the other important
why would you
thing.
say that?
I meant
Because you're
this.
packing?
I meant this.
Oh, I know what you meant.
But the other important thing is, look, it's got a glass breaker on it. So if you're ever in like a car, I
that's
can
nice.
pop open a car window.
Or if you need an airbag from a Honda, for example.
What's the deal with that? Why do they keep stealing airbags where you live?
So the big thing here in the city right now, in the past, it's been catalytic converters where they would steal, and they did steal mine. Now it's Honda airbags, specifically Civics and CRVs from certain years. Now mine is too old. They
I
don't
feel like yours. Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like
They
yours
don't-
isn't gonna be in the.
want mine, but I don't know how much they're fact checking. You know what I mean? You get some kid out looking for a Honda, sees a Civic. Is he really stopping to go, okay, is this the correct
I
year?
feel like they do. I feel like they would.
Probably do, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. So that's the newest thing that they're stealing right now. So much that Chicago Police Department in the northern part of the city, which is where I live, they're giving out free clubs. So I have a club on my car, the old school club that goes across your steering wheel.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So I have a club on my car now. Which
You know
I
what
thought
you
was
need.
pretty
You know what you need.
cool.
That's hard to do. Never mind. You know what you need, Nicole?
What? How is that going to help me? I'm not going to get shot because someone's trying to steal my airbag. I'll tell you that right now.
Just gonna let them take the airbag.
They can have the airbag before I'm going to pull a knife on them because I will lose. They don't ever go by them. It's not they're alone.
No,
they're not alone.
That is the correct way to think, by the way. That is
there's
correct.
a group of
Yes.
them
Yes.
that go and then they hit. And do you know what the advice of the city is? Park inside.
Stupid. What is the advice? Shut up, city. Like the whole city. Why do you still live there? Why haven't you packed up and moved out of that dumb city?
If an option to park inside existed,
Yeah, why
I would be
wouldn't-
taking that.
Yeah.
People don't have off-street park. Well, I mean, I have off-street parking, but it's not inside. It's
Right.
still uncovered.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't know, Dan. I don't know. And let me tell you, every winter, If it snows again here, I swear to God.
You know, it's totally
I'm
legal.
starting to pack.
Like, we could just move right now. There's like no law that says we can't move to Arizona or to Texas or to Vegas. Yes. I'm telling you, if I had millions of dollars, I would not have like a big house somewhere. I would have like 6 or 7 condos, small apartments with good views, because I have a lot of money. So I would have some really good views of the city, but I would probably have one in Vegas. I'd have to have one in Montana up in the woods, out in the middle of nowhere. That one you might need a house, because I don't want to be, if I'm going for the in the middle of nowhere thing, I need to be away from everybody else. So no condos there, but
sure.
But like it could be a small place. I don't need a big one, but like, maybe I was gonna say Chicago. I don't know. Part of me, I like visiting Chicago, but
you just told me I had to leave.
You do.
Better not buy a freaking condo.
You do have to leave. That's the problem. It's getting so, but all the big cities are getting so bad now because they're not doing anything with the bad people. They're just putting them back out on the streets and.
I mean, we can't hold a lot of people accountable for a lot of things they're doing.
Right.
So let's, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't want to get into that, but yeah.
Okay.
I am not carrying a freaking switchblade.
Okay. I'll just do one more story here real quick.
Okay.
Speaking of this, so there's a story. We'll end on a feel-good story out of Asheville, Ohio. Guy on his way to work. This guy stops at multiple stores looking for his usual scratch-off ticket called the Extreme Million.
Extreme Million.
It's sold out everywhere.
Oh.
Sold out everywhere. After his like 6th or 7th store, he stopped, but he really wants this ticket too. So after the 6th or 7th store he stopped at to buy his Extreme Million ticket, screw it. Buys another ticket. He never bought it before, walks out to his truck, scratches it off, walks in with, he thinks he won $10,000.
Damn, good for him. What was the name of that one?
Yeah. As his coworker take a look at it, and his coworker says, no, you did not win $10,000. You won $1 million.
Stop. So he was out looking specifically for a scratcher that was called something about $1 million, and then he won $1 million on one that wasn't it?
Yeah. One that wasn't called $1 million. Yeah, that's right. And then get this, he took some time off work.
You think?
A half a day.
Okay.
Now, although I will say, like, everybody, because I was reading again online, dude, you just won $1 million. Just take the rest of your life off. You can't take the rest of your life off for $1 million. You can live comfortably. It'll be good. You'll have your credit cards are gone. But you're not, for the rest of your life, you're not doing it. $1 million.
Plus you don't get $1 million. You get what? 500,000?
Yeah.
So it's already in half. You buy one house, you're done. Yeah. I've read that a lot of people who haven't had money and they win a large jackpot, they buy homes that then they can't afford because they don't factor in how much the taxes are.
Right.
Those sorts of things, because they've never had to really deal with that.
Yep.
So yeah, don't quit your job for $1 million.
It's back to my plan. I'm going to get just a couple of condos, different cities that I want to live in. So
don't get HOA fees though. I think that's
I would never live in an HOA.
Yeah, no, I feel like you would be the
worst. No, just never.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, poor guy though. Like not poor guy.
Oh, poor
good
guy.
Yeah, he was one ticket. I gotta have my ticket. Can't find it. I'll take this $1 million.
And he bought it at the how many stores did he stop at? He could have bought another loser.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He went to that one. I almost said, he should buy a lottery ticket. Like, he got really lucky. But I guess he did. So he's doing fine.
All right. Paul, I got a haircut today, actually, said Paul. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not too long ago, I got mine. See that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there was a pet store across the street that I went over to. So first I got the haircut, and then I got the kitties. Right across the street.
I swear to God, both of you. All
right. That's good. That's good. Someday we'll okay.
Someday we'll do
inside
joke.
An
after dark.
First,
and it will just be all of our inside jokes that we'll explain to everyone.
Yes.
But no children allowed.
No children allowed, and don't be around your kids if you go look up on YouTube. First you get the haircut, then ... Don't have your kids around.
Yeah.
But that's stuck in your head for the next several months. So good luck if you do that. So
yes.
There you go. Episode 141 of the Still Spinning podcast. So tonight we learned Southwest Airlines has the solution to bankruptcy, and it's a whistle and a yellow card. DNA test can tell you nothing if you get knocked up by identical twins.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to Nicole, we now know that Japan has figured out the only thing better than a 24-hour endurance race is doing it in an office chair for 200 pounds of rice. If you enjoyed the show, share it with somebody, leave us a review, tell a friend, tell a stranger, tell the guy next to you on your Spirit flight right now. If you're sitting there before you get yellow carded for reclining your seat.
Or listening to a podcast.
Without your headphones on.
Without your headphones,
that's
for
right.
sure, for
All right.
certain.
It drops every Wednesday. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you get there. Go to who's your podcast?
Who's your daddy? That's Dan's OnlyFans. Who's your Danny?
Who'syourdanny.com. Actually, there's the guy that owns that. I tried to buy that several years ago.
He said no?
Yeah. He originally was going to sell it to me, and then he kept it. And now I don't know this guy. So maybe
it should be who'syourdannyd.com.
Who'syourdanny.com. Anyway, every Wednesday is when that podcast drops. So if you're not subscribed yet, why? What are you doing? Hit that button. All right.
We'll see you next week.
I'm Dan. She's Nicole. And make sure, everyone, you keep spinning.